Gina Warrington.
Warrington, and you've had this horse how long, Gina?
I've had this mare about 6 years now.
And this is the first time you ever had this problem with her, or this is an
Yes,
ongoing problem?
No, this is the first time.
First time?
It's actually been ongoing now for about a year. And originally I thought it was thrush.
Uh-huh.
And then I got another veterinarian to look at it, and he thought it was canker.
Okay.
Which I was totally unfamiliar with.
Right.
But I started treating it with the alcohol and
Betadine, probably.
betadine and iodine.
Turpentine?
No, sir, the formaldehyde.
Formaldehyde, okay.
The one-on-one mixture of that, which seemed to really help a lot. It hardened up the frog and it hardened up the sole.
And how often would you treat her?
Every day.
Every day?
Yeah, every day to every other day.
Okay.
But it still was showing signs of the canker, which again I thought was a thrush. But,
right.
The vet that I was speaking with was pretty confident that it was canker.
Okay.
And so then I took her to Colorado in August, and it seemed to clear up pretty well.
Uh-huh.
But then it came back, and in September, I believe it was when we cut her frogs out.
Okay.
And tried to keep them real clean and get it to grow back.
If I ask you this question, did you cut her frogs down to the digital cushion, or would you be able to answer that question?
I can't answer that
You
question.
can't? Okay, that's all right. Go ahead.
Doc Randy can tell you.
Okay.
He would know how.
Right. He
how
said
deep
there was
he
a
went.
lot of blood.
Yeah, he said
Yeah.
that there was a lot of blood.
Right.
And the front feet were the only feet that we did.
Uh-huh.
But I've noticed that it's in all 4 feet. Or
Okay.
It seems to be. I think
Right.
it is.
Okay.
And so we were going to then go back and do the surgery again on him. And
Right.
that's when I met Grady.
Uh-huh.
And he told me about you and the Lazarum, and went to your website and saw the other video that you'd done on the canker horse, and that's when I made the decision to come here.
Okay, we'll take a look at your feet here in a second when we get them out in the sun. Okay, this is the worst foot's what we're
She
saying,
seems
right?
to be most sensitive about this one.
Okay. And that frog, you can't see it from the angle I'm at, but that frog is recessed 2.5 or 2 inches, isn't it?
Oh, baby.
That's pretty interesting. And how long ago was this foot cut on?
I think we did it in September.
Okay, all right,
I'd have to go back and look at my records, but I
Okay.
think that's when it was.
all right. And you cut all the frog off at that time, pretty much?
As far as I know, I don't really know how deep he went, but
Okay.
it was
Was she-
pretty severe.
She wrapped completely after that?
Yes.
And how many days did y'all work on her after he did that?
As far as any other surgeries, no other surgeries have been done.
Okay, and
As
you,
far as keeping them wrapped and,
yeah,
and
right?
doctoring and putting that one-to-one ratio, probably 2 weeks.
Wrapped 2 weeks, okay, and you were putting that every other day treatment on then, or every day treatment kind of, okay. What approach we're taking here is we are saturating these feet with 4x4s with double strength wound wash on here that we use for treating white line disease. We're packing these feet in this solution, and we're going to rotate through all 4 feet. Taking this approach, and then we will come back and start trimming the frogs out after they've had a chance to decontaminate a little bit. Grady, that looks like a long, dark, cavernous area down there. I think you're going to have to do some more cutting there.
Yep, I'm just trying to get you a culture before
Good, okay.
I cut it all away. I was just explaining to her that's why this horse is sore.
Yeah, I wanted to get a little
That's
bit
not
louder.
supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And this crack in the frog, see that
It's that deep.
goes
Right.
a good inch deep,
Right.
and that's supposed to be solid.
So is it the canker then that creates?
Yes.
This.
See that stick,
Right.
see how deep
Whoa,
that is?
baby.
Right.
That's
Whoa,
all
Mary.
supposed to be solid.
Whoa, baby.
Right.
You see how tender she is just
Yep.
from that being in there?
Whoa, baby. Whoa, baby.
I wanna cut some more Eddie for you.
We're going to put some of this double strength wound wash in there and decontaminate this area before we open up more new tissue.
See how that peeled off of there?
Yeah,
Peel that? That is not normal for a frog to do that. That
Okay.
is not normal to help the frog. See, I just pulled on that and see it pulled that down through there, peeled off.
Right.
looks like to me, Grady, you can go a little deeper in that crack there on the outside, yeah.
That crack comes all the way to here.
Whoa, baby.
Deeper to make it bleed.
All right, well, I don't think we
baby.
want to go to bleeding today. I'm not in favor of that. If that's all we're gonna do, then Eddie, put some of that stuff on those Q-tips. Put the disinfectant on the Q-tips. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. And then hand them to Grady and let him swab that out.
If you had a piece of gauze, we could saw back.
This is an effort to clean as much debris as we can out of these sulcuses along the frog on each side and then in between the bulbs of the heel as well. The farrier has said repeatedly that the tissue that we've got coming off the frog is not normal frog tissue, which you can see repeatedly that we've got soreness in the deep depths of these areas when we repeatedly My policy over the years is if you've got healthy tissue, don't cut it off.
Here's your juice here, Glenn.
This is just one demonstration of the type of material to use. And this is going to have to be done repeatedly, probably maybe for, I don't know, a couple months. I would say you'd have to continue to work on this area, even after we send it home.
And what is it you're putting on there, Doc? Because I didn't have it on.
We use a double strength wound wash on the feet as opposed to the wound wash that we put on the wounds because we don't feel like we're killing any tissue down there doing that.
More of it.
And we also feel like that the organisms we're dealing with down here may be a higher fungal content, and that might be important for that reason. The point I wanted you to see was how you can take that cloth and go through there. You'll probably have other materials that you prefer to use, but that's a good way to clean that area out. That's important. You can cut it off. That's all I wanted to show. I just wanted to have that in the film. When you finish, Grady, you can put it down.
We're gonna wrap it.
Okay, go ahead. I'd get on with it.
We're gonna have to
She's
have
checking me out up here to see how I'm doing.
I'll give all those sticks away.
We're all right, honey. You're doing good. I don't care what your owner says. You're all right. You're not gonna make it.
Why is it flashing a no camera thing in the middle?
Maybe out of juice. Just push standby. Again, I'd like to show this. Yeah, this is just demonstrating this, how we clean out the sulcus of this frog. It's not rocket science, but it is a good idea. We also have our hoof treatment material on solution on this.
Still get some more.
Whoa, whoa there. Oh,
Oh, now, you're okay. You're okay, yeah.
see that we've got still got some necrotic material showing up
You wanna put
inside,
that boot on first?
and this is why you have to treat. This is why you have to treat these things repeatedly, because one setting and one trimming doesn't get it done. We'll trim again in 2 more days. This is Thursday, and we started working on this horse a week ago Thursday. We put these boots on Saturday, as far as we remember. They have worn through on each toe, on each foot, and we'll pick these up and show what we're talking about. We're treating a mare with canker, so keeping her padded up is important. This is the left front.
That old frog is soft, huh?
Got some black around the outside there a little bit, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll cut out next time we do her.
We've also saturated this baby diaper with wound wash, and that increases our therapy. Make repeated circles right around the rim of the foot on the bottom, Eddie, once you get your, yeah, right. All the way around every time. That's the spirit. That's what wears. Our goal is to keep this thing from wearing through on the toe, the vet wrap, so we're going to put this on there and leave it on 3 days and see how that comes along. You got it twisted though. Is it still twisted or not?
No, it looks pretty good to me.
Okay.
What do
You go ahead and take that twitch off, I think, Glenn.
I better leave it on until he gets up.
All right.
That'd make me happy.
Make her stand square on it, Eddie, so you can get it tight enough. She's not, okay, that's better. She'll pull that one off if you don't put it on there, right? Might as well put duct tape over top of that as well. This foot's been up for 3 days now, and when we opened it up this morning, we got quite a lot more development on the frog of this foot. We've got dead tissue hanging up here on the top. The tissue that's under that's a lot more sensitive. We only had a black spot over here on the side initially, before we started treating it. And so it looks like the idea of having to treat these things every 3rd or 4th day is probably the concept you got to go with. Mare is still real sensitive. Touch the frog of that bulb of that heel there, no, higher up right there. Push on that just a little bit and you'll see this mare. Push a little harder than that. Don't be so shy. There you go. You can get a response out of this foot pretty good with just pushing up there on the bulbs of these heels. Our treatment so far is to clean the sulcus of this frog out,
Quit.
and we do leave a gauze pad in there that's saturated with wound wash, and then we put a 4x4 that's also saturated with wound wash, and then we do this foot up. And we go,
Tin on the hay bone is coming loose, sir. You got it on tape.
okay. This is 1221, 3rd or 4th dressing we've had on this mare's foot. The farrier has given me an idea that maybe some of the stuff we're seeing here is due to sweating the foot. We do have a black area over on the inside. You got your knife ready, Grady?
Yep.
Okay, you can go ahead and cut that inside where that's black on the inside there.
You wanna save this?
Yep, save that, pick that, catch that, Eddie. That's good, okay. That's fine, okay, thank you.
Before I cut it yesterday from the same spot.
That's all right. Yes, she got a little sensitivity out there, huh? Come with the wound wash, Eddie, and wash this out and let Grady. Got any more you can get out of that crack on this side, Grady? Looks like there's a little bit left down there. I don't know.
You gonna put a dry pad on there, Grady?
Wanna put what?
Dry pad?
Well, we're gonna put a wound wash pad on there, I can tell you. Ho, ho, ho! Get on it.
You what, Doc?
Get you ready to ream that sulcus out of there now. Eddie, Glenn, you're gonna have to go with a lip chain or twitch or something, I think. I don't know. Hold on, we'll see. She's motion or. Hold it. This is the second one we've done, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Look like that rash, don't
Why don't you double that back through there? Okay. And you. Looks like to me still some necrotic tissue over on this side, Grady. Right under that edge right there. A little bit above. Yeah, mm-hmm. What does it look like to you?
Yeah, pretty good crack down in there.
Whoa.
Well,
Can you see that beside that frog?
I'm holding her hip here. Hold on a minute. Let me get down here and see if I can see it. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's going to end up with dead tissue there, too. Can you cut that out of there or not? We can move those cloths over where they'll be out of your way.
Probably draw blood.
Well, we draw blood, I always feel like it's going to heal. We got dead tissue there. I don't think it does anything. That's right in there was where I was thinking you ought to get some of that out of there. Draw any blood yet?
Not yet.
Right, exactly.
There it did.
Okay, that front crack up there, you ought to take a Q-tip, Eddie. Go down in that with some wound wash. There's a crack. Grady can show you where it is. There's another one, I think, on the other side, Grady. Crack, and you better go the same. You better do the same over there. We got another sensitive area here on the inside in one of these cracks. That's pretty deep as well. There you go. All the way, it came all the way through, didn't it?
Yep.
Right, okay. Well, I bet there's a possibility before we finish, Grady, we will end up, pack that in there, Eddie. Don't let it just, yeah, that's where your treatment is down there. You spray any on the diaper?
No, we don't want that all wet, Grady
Okay.
said. You got diaper rash. So better
I
leave it.
don't know what or how to do it, but I think if there's any way we can keep that dry, we can do better there, wouldn't we, Doc?
Well, you have to decide if you're keeping it dry, whether the organism's going to die on its own or whether you're going to kill it using the wound wash, is my thought. So I'm taking the attitude that the moisture may sensitize it a little bit in terms of it being soft, but at the same time, we're getting rid of bad tissue. Here again, the last time we treated these horses, we put gel in there, and we didn't put any hoof treatment up on the diaper, the back part of the diaper.
Now it smells a little rough. Tap around.
Give him more Q-tips,
I
Eddie.
got them both. I'm working on it.
He needs them. You don't need them.
I got a fungus in my ear.
Whoa, ho, ho.
That's a little tender.
Careful. Get that, don't hold that twitch right at that level, Colleen. Get a little further out on it. She's gonna jerk it out of your hand if you don't.
What's going on here?
That pink,
Yep,
I think that's new tissue.
it's swollen.
It is? Is it sore or not sore?
Goes way around here. Looks more swollen to me than anything.
Okay, do the same thing, Eddie. Pull your stuff through there a couple times. Back it in there. Okay, leave it. Okay, take your twitch off, Colleen, and let's move to the back feet. You're gonna pull that all the way out now, aren't you? That one? Isn't that, doesn't it have wound wash on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to take that out and put a 4x4 in there. Don't put too much before you get your 4x4 handy. Oh, there! Don't let her drop that. She got too much stuff in there.
You want a dry one?
Yeah, dry one is fine.
Oh,
I'm glad we did this one first.
Excuse me. What else?
So far as hot, yeah, there you go. We took a course in veterinary school, the principles of diaper prep application 101.
Well, you didn't learn much then, did you?
And now baby spray.
Yeah. All them college kids took 101 and babies, didn't they? Everybody had one.
I never could figure out how little boys that had wives and kids stayed married through vet school. I can tell you that.
They had better people skills.
Well, they sure did.
Doc, you're losing the conversation. Trying to tell us his people skills wasn't too good? You want to know the truth?
Save my back, boss.
Don't you have somebody at the racetrack you don't like? Steal theirs?
Eddie, pull that boot on the inside corner there and see on the bottom, see if it's trying to pull apart.
Here?
You got to look at it. Get your finger right there. Is that trying to pull apart or not?
No, it just
Okay.
doesn't, Doc.
All right, that's where she's stepping on it, so we need to be careful. Mary is tranquilized, but just trying to show she is sensitive on these feet, especially the left front. Now turn her back towards you, Colleen.
No. First order we worked. That's before my time. That's hot. I've been here 8 years from Christmas.
Okay, bring her on back in. That's fine. Thank you.
Hallelujah. Well, I was working on my first.
Eddie, it was 2 years ago we worked on. Yeah. 2 years ago. Okay, this is the left front foot. Okay, go ahead and peel that off there, Eddie. Yeah.
Okay. Whoop,
Whoa, Mayor.
whoop, you're okay.
Oh, me.
You said that hurt. You're okay. You're okay now.
We're getting ready to bride some of this frog off of here that's gradually sloughed off. And you can see that this tissue that's under here is not healthy tissue. You get down to blood fairly quick, but
Quit.
there is some healthy tissue over here on the left side of this foot that's looking a lot better. And the sulcus of this frog is a lot less sensitive than it was. We probably attribute that to, go ahead and put your 4x4 back in there again. Probably attribute the fact that the pain has gone out of here to putting the gel in there as much as anything. Let me see this top layer up here at the top, that pink tissue right where your thumb is, on your left hand. Yeah. Okay. This tissue was somewhat prominent last time, but it's gone down in size. Looks a lot better. So we're probably gaining some ground. We're going to put gel back in here today and leave her up for 3 days. We're going to start with the left front on this horse today, and it's been 2 days since we treated this horse. The last 2 times we've done it up, we've done up this foot with the wound wash, and then we leave a saturated gauze pad in there. You can see that we still got, this is the sorest foot, and we've still got some tissue here on this frog that we're going to cut out today. You'll probably get quite a bit of blood in addition to. We'll start by going in the sulcus of this frog with the wound wash and Q-tips, and then we're going to pull our gauze pad through there and do the finishing clip, and then we're going to put some gel in there, and that does take out soreness. We've experienced that before. The farrier is also here today. Be the 3rd time the farrier is associated with treating his foot. You got wound wash on that, don't you, Eddie?
Yes, Doc.
Okay, good, all right. Rub it on both sides so that when you pull it towards you and then push it away from you so that you get all the trash cleaned off of both sides. Okay, now come and spray this frog, hold the whole frog down with the wound wash before he starts cutting. We have almost Dr. Delary here today, who is a student, 3rd-year student from, a 4th-year student, I keep making a mistake, from Virginia Tech. And he's also a farrier of how many years, Jay?
Well,
And get some syringe caps, Jay, and start collecting this tissue. We're going to start with treating the left foot today. These boots have been on for 3 days with gel. The gel has been applied twice, and we're going to start today with a new treatment. We're putting Naxel paste in these feet. And we're going to do that for 3 treatments in a row. Well, last time we trimmed this horse's foot, we went down and cut out quite a bit of tissue and got quite a bit of hemorrhage. Let me give you a Q-tip, Eddie. You got any with you?
No.
Okay, let's see what we got up in between that. See if we got any better results on the sulcus of this frog here.
A little bit of gum.
Doesn't look as deep anymore, does it?
Yeah, it still is.
It is? Okay. Still cheesy?
Yep.
Okay.
Not bad though.
Give me one of those after you do one more. Give it to me instead of throwing it away. Okay, hold on a second. Pick that foot up there, Eddie, and just let me get a picture of that heel there. It's looking better than it looked in a while.
Oh, there's somebody way on me. All right,
I
that's
can see,
better.
sir.
Wait,
Okay, go ahead.
okay.
Yeah, go across so that you pull towards you and away from your boat.
I do.
Okay.
Give me a break here, horse.
We're starting with the left front. This foot has been done up with the Naxel for 3 days. And we're using it the same way we're using the other gel. We're putting it in the sulcus of the frog.
There we go.
Still got cottage cheese?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Not bad.
Looks like we got some more black on that hoof that's gonna have to be trimmed out by the farrier, I believe.
I think it just might be dead skin, Doug.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think that's what that is, dead skin.
Okay.
All this stuff needs.
Go in that area that you were just in there, Eddie, one more time. It's a new area. Get one closer picture, then I'll help you.
Ready?
Yeah,
Watch it, she don't slap.
there you are. Got to get all those holes. There's another one on the other side over here, too.
Yeah, I've been in there.
Okay. All right. Whoa there. Whoa.
Okay, you're okay.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's all foot needs to come out of there.
Okay. Can you claim that as being any more normal looking tissue than you've always complained about the way that frog looked when you cut on it?
Yeah, it's gaining, it's different than it was the last time.
It's pink too, isn't it? Whoa, Mare. Ho! Like it indicated, Grady. I think it's good to cut as much as you think you can cut while you're here. Pretty easy, and that doesn't particularly bother me. I always. She's getting sour grapes on that twitch. That don't help us any.
Spray that off a little bit.
Okay.
Glad?
I don't think we need to cut. I was trying the edge of that. I don't know if we need to take that off or not.
I'd like to have it out of there just so it doesn't have organisms burying in there and staying if we don't do a good job of, whoop, that's enough.
That's all right if you get it.
Yeah, I know. This horse is still a little bit sore in the sulcus of this frog right up at the top, but we do have good pink tissue here now everywhere around. We're not real sure about the soreness and what might be going on there. We go starting by putting povidone iodine ointment in here today. Go ahead and pull it through there just like you did with the, yeah. Make sure you get enough up at the top, Eddie, because that's where your problem is. So if we're not going to use the diaper, then we'll change every other day. That way we can follow what's going on. This is Dr. Burgess. He worked on this horse about 8 months ago, and he was just telling us what this foot looked like when he worked on it. Okay, go
On
ahead.
all 4 of her feet, both medial and lateral bulbs
Eddie.
had avulsed, and there was a portion of heel that was just growing up like a ram's horn on medial and lateral bulbs on all 4 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Much more accentuated on the
Left.
front feet
Yeah.
than on the rear, but it would broken off here and then just
Turned
turn
up.
back up like my thumb's turning.
Did it go all the way to the ground, you think?
It would hit the ground when her
Right,
foot was
okay.
in weight-bearing position, and,
Right, okay.
and then it would just keeping on tearing this off.
Uh-huh.
Never would let it
Right.
rejoin and form a normal union there. So I removed them.
Uh-huh. You said you got a terrific amount of blood, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Mainly though from removing the diseased portion of the base of the frog.
Uh-huh. Well, Grady says that he's never seen the normal frog tissue there, so that's kind of his position on this.
Looks like it was breaking off and growing back up this way.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what we got in the way of a hoof. Randy, these are the cases from over at Malvern. And
Burgess, my
She's-
pleasure, Miss Gates.
she's trying to train the kids over there how to raise cattle to show at the
I'm trying.
fair. I told her I thought it was a worthy project.
4-H
If you can train the kids and to handle
We
it,
just got back from Fort Worth.
that's good.
Did we win any honors down there?
We got 2 third places. That's not too bad.
very
Fort
good.
Worth.
So that's a
We
very
won
good-
that. Did I tell you we won the Monroe show?
No.
We won the whole commercial at the Ag Expo. Yeah. Got 2 thirds in showmanship.
Well, that sounded like to me that's progress. Really?
Yes, we did.
Boy, that puts a little hair on y'all's chest, doesn't it?
They don't like us down in Louisiana when we come down there.
Oh, I wouldn't put the word out if I was y'all. Those coonashes have a way of dealing with stuff that don't go their way.
Oh, Arkansans.
You'll end up with flat tires.
Don't go down there and beat them.
That's right, I was going to say. And surely don't go down there and tell them you beat them last time. They don't have much of a sense of humor on some
Grady, do
things.
you remember who I am?
Grady's got low blood sugar right there. He hadn't had lunch. I told
I was a
him.
Barnett. We owned a grocery store over in Malvern, and Fred delivered our meat to us.
Okay,
You remember?
yeah.
Yeah. And we bought a little horse named Pal Susan. I don't remember if it was Fred's or your horse. I don't remember whose horse it was. It was one of y'all's. And we had her till she was 32 years old. Little barrel horse.
Is that Fred?
Was it Fred?
I tell you what I'll do, Grady. I'll just go ahead and make you a special copy of this tape, and then you can have it in your family records, okay? Horse Trading 101. Randy, so far we're looking pretty good, aren't
It
we?
looks very good. That's the most keratinized, hard feeling frog tissue that I've seen on this thing.
And this is her worst foot, Randy. Hopefully. It was at one time, anyway.
What she needs when we get this where we can is take that Equipack, put in these feet. I'm gonna spread these heels back out.
Right. I think that's going to be an important part of her recovery. You know, Grady, Randy told me that, and I was surprised. He said, you know these black holes around these nails in these horses' feet? I
Yep.
said, yeah. He said, that's the beginning of white line disease. He says, I don't know why these guys don't spray that with that wound wash.
Hard to get hold of.
Yeah. This is the left front.
The integrity of this frog hadn't grown down here with this. Right there is the junction.
Yeah.
But it's backing up. It's backing up this way. Or it's growing down to meet it, one or the other. If you were to take a radiograph of that, she's probably got half to 3/4 of an inch of
I was
sole.
going to say, it does look like she grows a good foot, doesn't it?
It goes a good amount of-
That black line that comes down there, that other foot had one. What is that? Right there. Nothing, because he just cut it out of there.
Frog and sole coming together.
Is it? Okay, good.
See, that frog stretched too. That frog
Yeah.
stopped back here. Instead of
Right. I had told Randy a little bit about y'all's conclusion about the Equipacks, that you could put them in horses that run barrels and poles and expand that frog at the same, that bulbs of the heel at the same time, Grady.
what it does, when these heels get to sloping, it'll spread this and it'll make it go straight down.
Come here. Oh.
And all these growth rings and all this you got here,
Yeah,
it will straighten up.
it's evident that it's been.
But you have to put it in there a minimum of 3 times. 3 shootings.
What do you think about putting any over the top of a foot that
Whoa.
looks like that now, Grady? Do you have any
Well, it's got the copper sulfate in it, supposed to keep the
fungus
thrush and white line disease and everything down. So,
This
don't
crack
know.
goes up so high, we could still put a plastic tube down in there and flush that crack with it.
See, that's that length of frog, cornified frog it's now
Well, Mayor,
from the bulb through the base all the way to the apex. Formerly it was from right here, from the mid frog to the apex. The heel portion had no cornified epithelium on it. That's where your cheese factory was at.
That's the way it was when I saw her the first time.
But I see cornified epithelium.
well, Mayor,
I'm a lot happier now. With
go.
that foot is grown to protect itself somehow. With think probably your Naxel, antimicrobial therapy help. And then they had enough blood supply to them, they just kept growing. And you've probably seen horses that have had the heel broke back there, and the little section of the heel just grow.
Whoa.
Scratch her eye, Eddie. Do something. I'm holding her up. She's gonna pull.
This right here still don't have quite the normal texture.
Right, it doesn't have the cornified feel that this does. That'll bleed pretty quick if you get much more aggressive with that. You ready?
Yep. Well, is it good or bad to bleed it when it gets that?
Bleed it.
I think it was good originally, but now I don't know.
Whoa.
I'm really glad to see that you got some cornified tissue over it. I think I would.
Kind of nurse it along.
I would be, yes sir, sure would. Cause you didn't, there didn't used to be any here. Right there was the end of it. And this is all cornified now. I think that will be next time. But it's right
Because
there.
you can see that's real white. It's pretty good right here. But from there out, where it's the whitest
Is the
is the bad part.
is the part that's.
That's a good lick if you can get that out of there, Grady.
Yes sir. I think that'll help it spread and help get some aeration to it.
Hey. Easy.
So this is the best looking left front foot
December the 10th.
she's had in a year or two. Well, I'm not gonna give her a clean bill of health, but I sure like, it looks like a healthy foot, doesn't it?
Yes sir.
As opposed to,
Much healthier.
when we,
Am I wrong in saying that this foot is, will have, all of her feet's gonna have to have the right kind of trimming?
well, I told you, when we send this horse home, she's going home with treatment instructions. And, yeah, starting with the Equipack and expanding those hooves out, because I was just talking to Randy, and I think those heels being pinched in like that is a part of the process. It's kind of like keeping the circulation pressed out of there, would be my thought.